Have you ever considered how a single blocked shipping route could impact the global economy? Let's dive into the recent Suez Canal blockage and its ripple effects. The Suez Canal isn't just any shipping route, it's a major highway for global trade, with 12% of all international commerce passing through it annually. When the Ever Given container ship found itself in a tight spot, literally, it didn't just halt traffic in the canal, it created a global traffic jam. Deliveries were delayed, and companies such as IKEA, with over 100 containers on the ship, raised concerns over potential supply chain constraints. The blockage was costing an astonishing $400 million per hour, and before long, the global bill had racked up to around $29 billion. The effects of this blockage were felt far beyond the confines of the canal, affecting global trade and supply chains. In the aftermath of the blockage, the world braced for the repercussions. But how exactly did these events influence economic trends? The ripple effects of the Suez Canal blockage were far-reaching, casting a long shadow over economic landscapes, especially in the United States. In the wake of the blockage, the U.S. saw a significant surge in consumer prices. In just a year, prices increased by over 4%, marking the largest 12-month increase since the financial crisis of 2008. This surge wasn't just a blip on the radar either. In a single month between March and April, prices rose by nearly 1%, outpacing the predictions of economists. This inflation wasn't across the board, though. Certain sectors felt the pinch more acutely. The used car and truck market, for instance, saw a staggering 10% increase in prices, the largest rise since the early 50s. But it didn't stop there. Shelter and lodging, airline tickets, recreational activities, car insurance, and furniture all saw notable price hikes. Even our dinner tables weren't immune. Food prices rose by 0.4% in April, and in a year, energy prices climbed by over 25%. These increases were, in part, a consequence of the supply chain issues stemming from the Suez Canal blockage. These rising prices and the blockage's influence weren't just a problem for consumers, they also posed a significant challenge for policymakers. If inflation persists, the Federal Reserve may have to rethink its monetary policy. This could mean bad news for the stock market. High inflation could also dampen consumer spending, a vital driver of the U.S. economy. The blockage, while temporary, had lasting effects, driving up costs and highlighting the vulnerability of global supply chains. So, as we navigate the economic waves of the future, it's clear that the echoes of the Suez Canal blockage will continue to reverberate. So, what does the future hold? Could similar events lead to further economic disruption? One recent event that may give us a hint is the attacks on ships in the Red Sea. It's a situation that has forced major shipping and oil companies to reroute their vessels away from the Suez Canal. This could potentially drive up crude prices, cause delivery delays, and contribute to inflation. Now, let's consider the importance of the Suez Canal. It's a vital global shipping lane, with around 15% of the world's shipping traffic passing through it each year. It's not just about moving goods from point A to point B, but it's also about the nature of those goods. We're talking about Chinese car parts, Indian cotton, and consumer goods that we use every day. Beyond that, the canal is also a crucial energy route. Around 12% of seaborne oil and 8% of liquefied natural gas pass through it each year. So, a disruption in this area could have far-reaching implications. The recent attacks in the Red Sea have already led to oil price increases. For instance, Brent crude futures have risen by 8% to over $80 a barrel, and West Texas Intermediate crude futures are up by the same percentage, sitting just under $75 a barrel. This is happening at a time when global supply is already tight due to production cuts by the OPEC+ cartel. Delays in shipping and higher insurance costs could lead to higher prices for consumers. That's you and me. It's our wallets that could feel the pinch, and we can't ignore the geopolitical risks. The situation in the Red Sea, along with other difficulties in major international waterways such as the Panama Canal, has raised concerns among investors about the potential impact on the world economy's recovery. In an interconnected world, a disruption in one area can send shockwaves through the global economy. The Suez Canal blockage is a stark reminder of this reality.